leadership with a great commitment. And then this leadership should introduce new technology factors. New technology, of course, with digital capacities. Even artificial intelligence, and robot, and drone, IoT, and big data. This kind of digital technology is another fourth industrial revolution. Also, we need to have some management factors. Management, I prefer to call it institutional factors. And good law and good regulation and freedom and some incentive, fair and effective incentive is very important. Sometimes fair and effective incentive, without fair and effective incentive, people do not have a good management, okay? And then active attitude, I don't want to stress anymore. This is active attitude is one of the most single important issue usually in the developing countries. And then open culture. So based on my previous research, these 5 factors is key critical factors for the success. And then if you see carefully, there is first track, second track, and third track. So first track, of course, leadership is most important for me. And then technology and management is second track. And then, of course, some cognitive personality issues. Attitude and culture is third track. So with these track issues, we can have a success.
We have a question here.
Yes.
The question is, how can we measure whether governance is agile or not? A governance model or governance system is agile or not? Can we measure that agility of governance?
Oh, sure. That's very good questions. And later on, when I speak about the Korean COVID-19 cases, and Korea was evaluated as agile and very speedy response to this coronavirus. So agility means very speedy. So without much time delayed, government should intervene very quickly to solve the problem. That's the agility. Is it enough, or if it is not enough, talk to me.
Okay, I will start allow for our participants to, if they want to talk to interfere with you. So Ms. Hala can reply if she is okay with the answer or she has no more details. You can even talk now. I opened you for talking.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Sure,
we can hear you.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Hala?
Yes.
Yes.
So so I just want to share my experience with that because I'm working at the governance department at the Ministry of Technology and Communications. So I'm working on a project to form an AI governance model.
Right.
So that's why my question is how to know how can I measure if that framework or model is agile enough for the deployment or not?
Very good questions. If you think carefully, for example, if we think of the COVID-19, we can compare the Korea, Singapore, and Germany, and even Taiwan or Japan. Which country is most quickly respond to spread out the COVID-19? In this case, it is very easy. It is very easy to measure the agility. Comparative approach or comparative country to another country. But speaking about, speaking about the artificial intelligence or drone or fourth industrial revolution, it is about the future issue. So it is rather subtle to measure about the exact measurement of the about the speed or agility, because no one has not performance enough. Having said that, I think it is you can still measure the agility with comparing with your benchmark country. If your benchmarking country is Germany or United States, I don't know which country, and then you can find specific domain and the issue and compare the agility, how your benchmark country has been progressed.
So probably in our case, it could be, for example, in the GCC region, it could be a good benchmark with, for example, neighboring countries like the United Arab Emirates or Qatar or other countries could be very good reference to check the agility of the governance model around AI.
Sure, clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Hala. We have another question about the active attitude. So I will allow Raida to talk to us and explain her question.
Sure, go ahead.
Raida Forkhani, please.
Laida. Hello, Laida. Do you hear me? I cannot hear you.
You need to unmute. Otherwise, I can read the question. So I will read the question. Probably if there is another follow-up question, you can answer, sir. So question here, can you please elaborate more about active attitude as a core element of the effective decision making, policy making?
Okay. Ideal actually make be that attitude change is, let's not speak about this moment, but I think this is very important.
Yes.
Attitude change and effective policy making. Do you see the slide?
Yes, we see the slide.
Okay. I will not make the largest one. Okay, let me have a large. Okay. So effective policy making has many components, as you can see. I would like to emphasize about cognitive issues or attitude issues is very important, because this is really mindset. Even though you have a good technology, even though you have a good management or policy process, if in many cases in the developing countries, even Korea, if you do not have a mindset with a very creative and future-oriented or progressive, then technology and process in many cases is futile or very delayed. So I'd like to discuss with you, hopefully, about effective policy framework. I like to talk about what is attitude change and how we can make our attitude change. This will take another maybe 1 hour issue. So if you allow me, I will talk about many issues, many dimensions. How can we change our attitude change to effective policy making? Of course, we need to talk about process issue, about technology issue and e-transformation, but attitude change is very important. And for the dimension about attitude change, I will briefly mention to you about with one slide. Our attitude change has a level thinking and emotion and feeling and will and commitment. And so how can we make our thinking and emotion to have a very creative energy and calm and stillness and awakened for our insight and inspiration is another good issue. So we will talk later, maybe not today, later. If we want to have a deep change, how can we make we can block our external noises or external stress? How can we block, or how can we manage our mentality? And then deep means deep thinking and going through to the creativity. So as you know, we have a 10% present consciousness and also 90% subconsciousness. So 90% of our mind is made of subconsciousness. So I like to recommend about the deep change. This mentioning about Harvard John F. Kennedy School, currently there is one bestseller book, what's the secret of the Harvard students? The message, key message says that block plus deep, meaning that for the creative insight, you need to block outside noise and then deeply into your thinking. And then really, I like to talk about a little bit more about how can we do our block issue and also deep issues. At this moment, let me stop here. And how about your response?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's a good answer. And thank you also for the question, Raida. It was very helpful to unlock this topic. And we will go deeper into this topic later on once we go into the full course. So attitude change is a crucial part of that course. So probably we can just now proceed with the normal flow of the presentation, Professor.
Sure, good. And then let me talk about some Korean issue now. And this issue is really about how effective policymaking massively or immensely determined the success and progress of South Korea. And then I think, as you know well, some Korea's some economic profiles, you know well. Number one, Incheon International Airport is in the world best for the past 14 years. And then, as you know, the UN e-government ranking is mostly number one for the last 6 consecutive years.